To begin configuring our VFC800 Wi-Fi device or our VFC800 USB device, we're going to connect the device to the PC using our included micro USB cable. The next thing we're going to need is the Control Solutions VTMC software that will need to be installed on our PCs before the device can be set up. That software can be downloaded from our website, vfcdataloggers.com. The website is also printed on the faceplate of your data loggers for an easy reference. Once you're on that page, we have a software downloads link at the top center. It'll have you choose your device and it will serve you the download to install your software. Please note that you may need to have your IT department install the software if you do not have administrator privileges on your PC. I have my software installed. I have the icon here on my desktop. I'm going to open that software up now. Once the software is open, what we'll want to do is make sure that upon receiving the email from our sales team that contains your activation code to create your logtagonline.com account, that we've already gone ahead and followed the instructions in the email from the sales department. If you, the customer, were given the devices, but were not given the activation code, make sure that you reach out to the purchaser and ask them for the activation code they should have received via email. Those activation codes for the cloud usually come a couple days after the order is placed. If you're unable to locate that, or the purchaser is unable to locate that, you may reach out to our support department. You can reach our support team by calling the number on the front of your data logger printed on the faceplate just near the website, pressing option 4 at the phone tree, and we'll be happy to help you locate that activation code for your account, or purchase one if you guys did not purchase one. A cloud license or activation code is required to get these data loggers set up on the cloud. So I've gone ahead and I've made my LogTag Online account, and within my software I've came up here to LogTag Online and I've selected the sign in option, entered in the credentials of the account I created, and I can tell that I'm signed in with the green circle up top just to the right of the LogTag Online button. Now we're going to move to the configuration of the device itself. We're going to click on LogTag, and then we're going to select Configure. And my device is plugged in. The PC detected my device. And what we have here is the settings page for the data logger. On the right hand side, there's only going to be a few things that any user should have to change here on this page. All of our loggers by default are pre-configured as a Celsius refrigerator monitor. So if we need to change those settings, that is very easy to do. And the loggers are pretty much set up perfectly out of the box for ease of use and configuration. So the first thing we're going to edit here is description for channel 1. The device that I am demoing today is a single channel device. However, you may have a dual channel configured logger that has 2 probes equipped. If that's the case, your software will have a available description field for channel 2. Since mine is only a single channel, I cannot edit that, just channel 1. So this is where we're going to name our device. So I'm going to name my device MedFridge. And I have my name up here. I can see that my battery status indicator is okay. You can also see a battery indicator on the device itself. So I'm going to just validate that I'm on a push button start. I'm set to record readings continuously. Off to the right, I'm using channel 1 only because I only have a single channel configured data logger. And then moving down, I have recorder reading every 6 minutes. That's a safe value for me. Your state may require a different value. However, most states are 15 minutes or less, so we generally recommend starting with our 6-minute default, and if they ask you to change it to something longer, then at that point you'd come back into this menu and change it to whatever they desire, but we recommend always, of course, checking your state documentation to ensure that you're inputting the right values. So I'm going to use 6 minutes, and then moving down to the lighter blue rectangle below, these are kind of dynamic settings tabs available to us. I want to enable the channel 1 alarm settings. As mentioned, all devices are pre-configured as a Celsius refrigerator. The values for a refrigerator in Celsius are pre-entered at 8 and 2. Those are the CDC values. And they're set to delay for 2 sample periods or a 12-minute delay. For new users, we recommend no delay. So I'm going to uncheck the after boxes. That way, if there are any temperature discrepancies or excursions on my new install, I'll be able to respond immediately. Now moving down below, we have a series of tabs: Channel 1 alarm settings, Channel 2 alarm settings, file settings, advanced settings, and Wi-Fi settings. We're not using a Channel 2, so we're going to skip that option. File settings. Everything in this window should be ideally configured for most users, unless you want to switch your device over to Fahrenheit. And you would do that by using PDF temperature display unit here, and you'd want to switch that over to Fahrenheit. This will change the display of the logger itself to Fahrenheit. We are going to continue in Celsius. The next tab, we have our advanced settings. This is another area that is set perfectly for 99.9% of users in the clinical setting. So your settings should reflect exactly what is set here. Please go ahead and pause the video if you need to double check yours. And the last settings tab available to us, and one of the most important, since this is a VFC800 Wi-Fi and we want to set up real-time logging and alerting, we'll click on Wi-Fi. We will now select the network we want to connect our data loggers to. Once we enter and select our Wi-Fi network, enter the password for that network. We can simply click our Configure button. This logger now has its base configuration, and we have only one more step before we can pair it to our cloud account. I'm going to click the Close button on the configuration wizard. We'll now come up to Log Tag Online. We're going to select Connection Wizard. We'll now go ahead and click the Start button on our Connection Wizard. It's going to remember our sign-in information from earlier. It is now connected to our logger and displaying the network we selected previously. It's important to do it on the last step, as well as validate it here as well. Please keep in mind the password you're seeing here. The logger doesn't actually think the password is that long. That is masked for your security. That way, if your logger gets plugged into another machine and the password is a classified password, no user can just click the reveal icon and reveal the password. It's also extended past its normal length or actual length for security reasons. And if our network and password is correct from the initial setup screen, we can simply click Next here. Our device is a channel 1 only, and we're using a standard probe, so we're going to leave these options exactly as they are. So standard or smart probe. In our case, they're smart probes since this is a VFC800 Wi-Fi. I'm going to go ahead and click the Next button now. The software will now take the configuration settings that you have input, as well as your Wi-Fi connection information, and it will try to pair the device to your online cloud account. As you can see, our connection to the LogTag Online cloud has succeeded. At this time, we're going to click Close on the connection wizard. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open up any internet browser that we would like. And we're going to navigate to logtagonline.com. And we're going to sign in with the account that we created. And then on your account, you're going to see the serial number of the device that we just set up and use the connection wizard on. And it's going to bring up both channels. Even though our device is a single channel, it will try to add both if it can. So we're going to want to keep this entry here. I'm going to click Edit on the second channel because we're only using channel 1. Now that I have my channel 1 followed by my device serial number. I'm going to click on the edit button. And this is where we're going to set up our device and alert contacts. So under location name, location is how we designate a fridge or a freezer logger. So in this case, I'm going to type in med and then fridge. And I'll just type in located in med room. Description is not needed, but you're more than welcome to use one. Logger attached location is perfectly set, as this is the logger we just configured, so it will bring that in by default. So we'll ensure that we are set to custom. That will make sure the logger settings that are applied are the ones we manually put into the logger. Moving down, we will select our time zone. We're in Pacific time, so it's set for me because that's when I created my account. I said my time zone is Pacific, so it'll remember that for me. Under location type, we're going to check our fridge or our refrigerator. Under area, we're going to leave that the default area. This is where you would select multiple sites if you did have multiple sites. And moving up to the top right, we're going to select ourselves from the primary coordinators, because we're going to have our staff member that is responsible for the loggers at all times and all excursions. Now we're also going to include a couple secondary coordinators. So I'm going to include my backup coordinator Chase, my backup coordinator Chris, and they will be added below the drop-down box here. And you can add up to 99 additional contacts. The secondary coordinators will receive the same alerts as the primary at the same intervals. It just allows you to keep organization of who's responsible for what alerts and allow you to get multiple contacts for one data logger. The emergency coordinator, this can be used if you want someone to receive a delayed notification. The way this platform works is if you do select someone for an emergency coordinator, they'll appear below. It also means they will not receive alerts until after 40 minutes of the device being out of range without the alarm being acknowledged. Scrolling down, we have a couple options here. We have the Send Logger Report PDF, followed by the Send Logger Data CSV. The top one is a PDF format summary report that can be opened on any machine with a browser or PDF viewer. The CSV is an Excel formatted spreadsheet, and we can select the interval in which we would like automated reports to be sent out. I'm going to configure my automated reports to be sent to my primary coordinator, my secondary coordinator in PDF format. I'm also going to receive CSV spreadsheet files automatically delivered to my email. I would like the primaries and any assigned secondary coordinators to receive the automated reports weekly, every day, and I think we're going to select every Monday. Now we have an edit notification button below. And by default, all notifications are enabled. So if someone forgets to set these up, as long as they're an active user, by default, they will receive emails and text alerts. I'm going to click save on my notifications because I want them to be all enabled and set to default. And now I'm going to click my save button and apply those settings. Now that I've closed the settings window, we're back to our dashboard here on the main page, and we can see that our med fridge exists. It's letting us know that the location status is stopped because our logger is in a stop state because it was freshly configured. It has not been plugged into the previously installed USB and probe cables that are on our fridge currently. All we have to do now is plug that logger into the USB cable and the probe cable and lastly start it. All loggers can be started by holding the Start Clear Stop button for about 3 seconds or until the word ready disappears. Release immediately and the logger will start. The last setup procedure we may want to take a look at, or some users will be interested in, is going to be the phone call alerts. This platform can call you. Some people aren't able to be woke up by a text message or an email, and they want to receive phone calls. If you would like to set up a phone call alert, you simply click on the top right, hello, your name, and then you select a manage team. This will bring up our list of users. This is where you'll add the text alert contacts or login contacts, as well as phone calls. Under role, I'm going to select call alert. I'm going to type in my name. Down below, I will enter in my phone number, and I'm going to click add user. That will add my phone number as a separate alert contact that I can have called in the event of excursion. If you want to apply or assign that call alert, you can come back to your location page. We'll click on edit on the device. That'll bring up our settings. And then in any of the applicable fields, secondary, primary, or emergency, I'm going to use secondary. I'm going to go through this list, and you'll see I have the Saxon Novak demo denoted by a red phone, letting me know that's a phone alert. I can simply apply that, and I've enabled my phone call alert. So now I will be called. All users, when they are invited to the platform, when your account is created, you're given a spot to enter a phone number. You can enter that by clicking on hello, your name in the top right, and you can enter your phone number after the fact if you would like. We do recommend once you enter your phone number that you always select other as your SMS provider for the best alert reliability when it comes to the messages being delivered. However, this step should be done upon account creation. If you need to add another user to your platform, you can click on hello, your name, manage team, and then you'll see some text here that says invite a user to your team. Go ahead and select the role. If they need to manage data or devices or change settings, use admin. Enter their email address here. And then once you enter their email, you'll be able to send them an invite link where they can put in their own phone number, and they will show up in your account list on the list of registered users. That concludes the device setup on the LogTag Online system. All that's left for us to do now is plug our device into the power cable and the temperature probe that we've installed previously, and lastly start our device by holding the start, clear, stop button until the word ready disappears, or about 2 to 3 seconds, and then the device will change to recording state and setup is complete. Lastly, there is an Android and iOS app called LogTag Mobile if you want to download the mobile app on your Apple or Android phone. If you have any questions or concerns about the device, please reach out to our support team. Our contact information, both web address and phone number, can be found on the front of all of your data loggers.